Whatever.
Hi Playmates, how are you? It's Aristar here. So I was actually playing through Exos Heroes, the chapter story in order to kind of make a chapter summary for you, but this story is actually getting quite interesting, so I thought I'd just start recording and kind of play through it with you guys because this is actually the story after, just to kind of explain, if you haven't really watched all my recaps from before, I really encourage you to do it because the story is getting pretty good. But basically, Emperor Akor has awakened yet, and now we are at Lenombe with Vladimir, the new character that we were kind of playing through right now, who I'm guessing is Il that we've been doing in the little mini side stories. But anyway, here we go. So we're here, and Hawkeye had led Vladimir to the Lenombe castle on behalf of the Emperor's orders, or I guess Captain Redley's orders, and so they're trying to go and I guess protect him from all of these dark knights that have suddenly appeared to kind of attack. So now I am not like 100% certain exactly what's going on, but we do know from like the previous chapter and the stories, spoilers, that these Dark Knights are pretty much like brainwashed almost in a way, or rather like followers of the Dragon Watchers who had planned the awakening of Akor, and to kind of I guess take over the whole world once again and to make it like the land of dragons. And so what Vladimir has to do with all of this is a bit of a mystery. We do know that, she's a pretty interesting character in terms of her like personality and everything like that. She seems very strong, obviously. That's why they're calling for her help against these Dark Knights. And we know from like the little snippet that came up to this story so far that she definitely can hold out her own when it comes to these Dark Knights, regardless of the fact that like she was a criminal and she has some kind of mysterious power that allows her to be this strong. Now, just regularly here, I'm just using some of my favorite heroes that I like to play with right now. This chapter, I guess we're on chapter 28 out of 30. The enemies aren't, proving to be too difficult or anything, so I don't think we really need a guide on that per se. But anyway, okay, so let's see. We're going. Raquel is looking as cool and dashing as ever. And let's see. Yeah, I don't know. They just kind of aggro and put like I can't recall what it's called, but they, where you have to kind of use the attack. But regardless, so obviously Lenombe, the castle, is in ruins. It's on fire, and these knights are attacking, which is actually kind of I guess it's kind of because, like, if you go back to the story, the whole incident with the core really happened in the centralized area where all of this was happening is Lenombe. That's kind of where the first crisis occurred. This first betrayal and everything that happened to him happened to be in Lenombe. Now, Lenombe is pretty much like in the center of all of the different nations. That could also be a reason why all of these is happening. Now, we know that Akor was pretty much entrapped in Marinos Island, which is a little bit off the coast. So, there we have a nice shot of Raynor there. Okay, so we defeated all the enemies. So what's going on now? A bit of a lag. Okay, there we go. Okay, so the soldiers are here. Hawkeye is here. Where's Sir Redley? I'm right here, he says. Okay, sure, Sir Redley, I have brought her in as you ordered. I don't know who those people are, so that's okay. Yeah, we don't have time for that. We don't have time for minor characters right now. Head over to Frisia. She's been waiting for your return. I kind of lost my little respect for Hawkeye just because of the way the show's acting through its horror deal, but there's no need for us to act hostile towards each other either. Okay, so they are definitely acquaintances, and considering how you agreed to come here, I assume you made up your mind. I just prefer physically than act upon emotions. Ooh, she's becoming even cooler than before, which is why you should treat me more carefully from now on. Or do you not care as long as you can use up my strengths? I just don't care about the type of tool I use when to— Ooh, Sir Redley has a rough side. I think he was a nice guy, but you've changed a lot. Don't even try to talk about the past in front of me. I'll stop joking around too. Okay, so there's definitely some bad blood between the two. In regards to my job, sure, but if she's stuck, then you must be charged with carrots. Are you sorry about the warehouse keeper? If you like to talk about your compensation, listen to the one who's holding the keys to that warehouse. Well, hold on, you're really gonna... So, if he's kind of... We're using like metaphors, I guess Rudley is kind of talking about the Emperor. It's kind of like, you know, up to the... Ooh! Emperor Lenombe Burai. Haru Vlad... Wow. Okay, like, is it just me? But like, there's two quick things. One, like, not even about his age. Like, it's not even about his age. Did you notice his crown? Like, how it's... Like, he just looks so phenomenal, even for a kid. The way that they kind of dressed... Oh, I leveled up, which is cool. Anyway, the way that they had his crown upon his head, that was really some cool art direction, I think, there. Anyway, that was totally off topic. And second, you have to be blind if you did not see that resemblance between Vladimir and Burai, the Emperor Lenombre. There's definitely something going on there. I mean, the purple hair, the shade of the eyes. I suppose you've never seen my face since you were imprisoned, but you can believe me. There's no doubt that I am the Emperor of these lands. And right you are, you look very cool. Yeah, she started, like, there's obviously something going on between the two. I mean, even like their hairstyle, it's pretty much the same. It's pretty much the same. You really can't go wrong with that. Why are you calling me like that? You've already sworn to protect me, have you not? Then you can officially be considered as a light of Nombre. I'm not interested in some stupid title. I just have my personal reasons for helping you. Like, maybe, like, he's... No, I'm obviously, like, Vladimir and Rudley couldn't have Burai as a kid. That would be so weird. But, I did not feel offended by her words. It's almost as I've known for a very long time. Wow, okay, so like, just from the resemblance, I have to say they're probably related. Like, they're probably family, right? Yeah, obviously if the Emperor is telling you what to do, you can't really do that. But they're, yeah, I mean, they have to be family. Like, even if you look like you whatchamacallit, with a whole Shirfakin's family, like with Valentina and Rudley, not Rudley, Valentina and Range, you know... Oh, dragon, yeah. The one that flies around breathing fire. Yes, that kind of dragon. Then that absurd presence from before. Are you thinking of finding that dragon? That's suicide. Have you ever faced a dragon before? Do you really have to taste the yellow snow to realize that it's not a snow cone? So basically she's saying she's never fought a dragon before, but that, you know, obviously if you're gonna fight a dragon, that's gonna be hard. But anyway, like we were saying, like, even the whole Shirfakin family, Valentina, Range, and Shirfakin, you could see like the family resemblance that kind of shows up in like the lineage. And even with, you know, Baraka with Hanuk, you could tell that they're siblings. And here it's actually quite obvious as they're probably siblings or like cousins, or at the latest, you know. Even if, like, not, I don't know how old Vladimir looks, maybe she's like in her 20s or 30s or whatever, but that Emperor could very much be like maybe a brother, or maybe like a son, or like a long lost distant something or another. But that's really weird. But that actually doesn't make sense, because like if he is the Emperor of Lenombre, I'm just gonna kind of blab here while speculate while we're kind of fighting off these dark knights that also happen to appear out of nowhere. And I'm guessing that Vladimir is Ir, that we were talking about in the the side stories, and she was brought from an island. I don't know. Now I'm getting a little bit confused. Maybe they aren't related. Or maybe they are, and like she had to be like somewhat like cast aside or put on the island because of some kind of, you know, as she said, like mysterious power. But then again, if we look back at the story of Eve, we know that there's some kind of experiment that was going on, which was also mentioned prior when like Vladimir was coming, that maybe these Black Knights are like a aftermath or some kind of production from some kind of experiment that was going on. So there's something going on here that's a little bit more like deeper than just like the awakening of the Dragon Emperor, because if there was some kind of human experiments or something going on, then that is something that runs deeper than just like a simple resurrection to bring the dragons back to life. It could happen, very much being, if it's being like more of a cliche kind of turnaround things, that, humans were injected with dragon blood, which may have turned them crazy, or something vice versa, because we even know from the story from before, again, please watch the chapter history like things if you haven't really seen it, that, the dragon, Emperor Kor, and Missy's sister, they had a kid, which means that he was kind of like half dragon blood, most likely. And so something about the mixture of races and then, experiments gone wrong with the blood, trying to create fake dragon babies or something or another. Yeah, so those are some kind of conjectures that we can make. But, one thing for sure is that now that Dragon Emperor is back and he's trying to take over, it's not only going to be Lenombe that's going to suffer because of this, right? There's Exos Republic, and then there's, whatchamacallit, Wasted Red, and all of these other nations, even Greenland. I mean, Greenland is a pretty big nation in itself. That will definitely like go under because of this whole emperor that's coming. I'm guessing that, again, like we said, Lenombe is probably like the center of his attention right now, because that's kind of like where all this like BS started happening to him, with all the betrayals and things of that nature. Ooh, Rara gets a nice last kick there. Let's see what we're gonna say here now that we defeated all of your enemies for you. Phew. I recall that you tried to avoid contact with others before. Are you now perfectly... Yeah, so she lost control. Yeah, so she's not a bad girl. She just had some kind of dark, evil energy that kind of she couldn't control, which kind of led her to be reserved. I've only learned of existence here in Lenombe today, along with the fact that you're a felon of a hideous crime that derived from your incredible power. The monster says, you think I'm the monster? My thoughts are exactly opposite. If you're truly a dangerous felon, you would not have stayed behind until now, which is why I've become more curious about you. So have I. Definitely want to know a little bit more about Vladimir. I may be owned by the ruler of Nombre who has imprisoned you for years, but rather than taking out anger on me, you're trying your best to save my life. What is your true intention? Okay, so she is after something. She wants to get paid, so you're willing to wait until Nombre is restored. That's very uncriminal-like of you. You want my house? There we go. He has a sister. That's probably Vladimir. That's probably Vladimir. But we will, I guess, find out as the story progresses. Let's go ahead and check it out next time. I might do like just a recap or another replay. Just let me know down below what you think about what's actually going on in this Lenombre now that our core is alive. And if you like random gaming content, especially all mobile gacha games, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. I post every Wednesday and weekends. Thank you all so much for watching. Stay safe and take care.